Hello, my name is Aaron, and today I'm reviewing The Wild Robot. So, if you haven't seen the movie, this review is going to be spoiler free, so don't worry about that. But also, you should go out and watch this movie because it's amazing. Yeah, cards on the table, I liked it, it's good. But we're obviously going to say more about it, as well as the number one problem with it, which is not good. But first off, what I like about this movie, well, pretty much everything. If you don't know, it's based on a book, which is a fairly light read. It's a children's book, but it's got fun, good themes, and I just really like this story of the robot crash landing and then having to learn how to live in the wild. Hence the name Wild Robot. So the movie does make a couple changes. It eliminates a couple characters and combines some characters, but it doesn't deviate enough that I felt it was kind of unnecessary changes. I did worry from the trailer that there was going to be a lot of additional action that was not in the book. That is not the case. And so that was good. There wasn't just a bunch of bloated action sequences for no reason. So the trailer is maybe a little bit misleading in how dark and like crazy the action is. But overall, this is just a heartwarming story about a robot, and it just pushes all the right buttons. It's maybe not quite on the same level as the Iron Giant, but I've seen it compared to that as well as Wall-E, and maybe not quite that far, but pretty dang close. I would say an 8 out of 10, a solid 8 out of 10. The visuals are great. They went with a sort of paintbrush art style. So you can see that it's not trying to be hyper realistic. And some of the scenes just look like they could be paintings. They are beautiful. Really great voice work all around from the cast. Not a bunch of just stunt casting. So I appreciated that. Just really solid performances, and they do a good job translating the book to the screen. The book does have a lot of internal dialogue and things like that that are obviously harder to convey in a movie without just unnecessary narration voiceovers. So they do a good job translating that into a movie and finding moments to put in those themes from the book. Pretty much all those themes are present. Again, the book is definitely worth a read, even as an adult. And I really enjoyed it. So now we get to what my number one problem with this movie is. And it's actually nothing to do with the movie itself. It's the fact that this is pretty much DreamWorks' last movie. Because if you didn't know, DreamWorks is shutting down in-house production. And everything after this is going to be outsourced or, heaven forbid, AI. And that's not a good thing, which makes me sad because this movie might get a sequel. I think right now it's in the talks. It hasn't exactly been greenlit yet, but if it does get a sequel, I'm worried that it's not going to be as beautiful. It's not going to be as good. And that would be a shame. So really the main problem is that this could be our last good DreamWorks movie. They've done a lot of movies. I'm not a huge fan of Shrek, but I know that one's loved by many. But Prince of Egypt, Spirit, all really great movies. And now they're kind of done. This was kind of the equivalent of like Disney shutting down their main animation studio and just outsourcing everything to the people that made Lion King 2. Yeah, it's like you're going straight to like the straight to DVD people, which don't exist because DVDs don't really exist anymore. But that's a topic for another day. Back to Wild Robot. Again, really great movie, and I wanted to make this video because I want people to watch it. I want people to support original content, right? Now, granted, it is still based on an existing property, but it's a first-time film adaptation. And I would much rather take a first-time film adaptation than a third or fourth retread of something we've seen a million times. So let me know your thoughts about The Wild Robot. If you haven't seen it, let me know if you're thinking about it. I really like this movie. Definitely worth a watch. See you next time.